As long as I do my part, and that's what men are supposed to do. If men do their job, women do their job, everything will function the way it's supposed to function. But we got men out here acting like bitches and women out here acting like niggas.
Hey, we want some pay, we want some pay, we want some pay, we want some pay.
If you don't get your funky ass up and go like and subscribe to this video with your stank ass. Like so many niggas,
What a man.
So
What a
bad.
man.
But don't nobody want to come out and
What
say
a mighty good man.
like a bad person.
What is a good man?
That ain't in my
Hell,
ministry, but
what is a man?
past.
Such a simple question. There's so much confusion. But
So
please,
many more him to
don't make the situation worse by hoping we have the answers. Now, let's check in with the fellas and see what they are yapping about today.
Yeah, but man, you know something I've been looking at? It's kind of been making me proud. I'm starting to see a lot of black men like get into fitness and like really start caring about their body, being at the gym.
More than usual?
More than I've ever seen. Like men that I've never would have thought. Like I go to the gym at 5. There's this one gentleman, he gotta be 70s. Minimum, late 60s, early 70s, maybe. I mean, he in there at 5 in the morning, daily, every day. Like my pops is starting to get into working out heavy. My father-in-law, he working out heavy. This is a nigga. My father ain't never seen work out.
Not that you say that, I have noticed more gentlemen older than me when I go to the gym. When I was in New Orleans, I was running on the river. It was a older dude from Mississippi. Every time I was down there, he was down there. So I guess I have noticed influx of the generation before me in the gym.
I mean, I'm always seeing black women in the gym, but I'm starting to see, like, I can see black women who have never like fully committed to working out. You can kind of tell, but you can tell they in there trying to figure it out. Like, you know, they may not understand which machines to use, or you kind of study and watch them. They bounce around.
That's another pet peeve. Because I don't go to like a regular gym. I'm just a complex. Stop playing around in the gym, people. Like that's my biggest thing. I think you should be one. There's 3 type of acceptable people.
What is playing around? Is it because some niggas just don't know what they're doing, and some niggas just being there?
You got the gym heads. You got the gym heads. Cool. They got a gym head. They know what they want to do. They're gonna use every machine in the motherfucker because they eventually throughout they workout through the week. Gym heads. They probably real strong, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you got the people who know what they doing. All right, I'm gonna work chest and triceps today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit that. Then you got the people who don't know what they doing. That's cool. But if you one of them people, you gotta have a routine coming in.
Look like you trying something.
Yeah, you fucking the rotation up because you hear now you recording and you ain't even doing it right.
Them niggas that bother me.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you record niggas.
You playing around. And this ain't none of my business. But I don't like when people 2 things. I don't like when I see people walking on the side of the road and I can't tell if they're working out or because they got a fast pace, they working out.
I saw a nigga with a button-up shirt, some jeans, some shoes, running down the street.
I'll be like, is they late or like they just like?
There's no bus in sight.
Cause I did see a dude on treadmill in jeans.
I don't know what was he a prison nigga?
No,
all the prison niggas wear jeans.
He was older. He might have been at the Dominican. he's possibly Dominican.
The Indians where they wear their traditional polo to the gym and outside.
I don't like this ain't none of my business. But if you're gonna do something, do it. You ain't got to be great at it, but like, come on, man. Like,
commit to it.
You walking so damn slow. You watching TV while you on the treadmill. You could turn up 2 more, the speed up 2 more if you wasn't focusing on that. Like, jeez.
Like it's almost like you doing this because you think this is what you supposed to be doing.
So you can
tell people you going to the gym.
Or tell yourself like, well, yeah, I go to the gym or I walk 2 miles. It take you hour and a half.
Yeah. I think what we have a problem with, especially, I can only speak for like American culture, but we are so arrogant in America in every facet of life. But I think when people are failing to realize the discipline that comes along with trying to accomplish anything, especially with transforming your body, creating a healthy heart, whatever the case is, the shit is gonna hurt. Like the moment you commit to that, everything gets easier. But I think what happens is people don't want to commit to that. Bro, remember one time I worked with this dude, right? He was like 500 plus pounds, right? So he was starting to go. No, he was a big nigga. Crazy part, he wasn't always big. That's the crazy part. He used to be like he wanted to be a professional wrestler. So he was like maybe high 200s, low 300s when he was. But it was kind of put together a little bit. But he got up to like 500 pounds. But why? For whatever
How old was
reason.
this dude?
At this time, he probably was in his early 30s.
How tall?
About 6 foot.
Yeah, God damn.
He was a taller guy.
About
6'1", 6'2".
Even taller than that to be that way.
But he was big though, right? So we were talking about working out one time, and I was telling him, man, I saw Planet, and he went to Planet Fitness. I was like, dog, I saw something about Planet Fitness giving pizza to folks as they leave in the gym. I'm like, bro, that's psychology. You're kind of entrapping them to not break the habits that got them here. And he's like, well, sometimes people need a break. I'm like, my nigga, you're about to die, and you're telling me sometimes people need a break? Sometimes people need like a cheat day? No, you don't need any cheat day.
Not right now, you don't.
Right, yeah, right? But we live in a place, we pacify that, first of all, and we give people a way out because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but not realize anything you want to do in this life, there's going to be sacrifices, there's going to be pain, there's going to be tiredness, especially when it comes to working out, bro. You're going to be sore. You're going to be hungry. But these are the sacrifices that you got to make if you want to live, you want the body you want, if you want the stamina that you want. But we like totally allow people to not accept those things for whatever reason, because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings nowadays. And at the gym, and I get frustrated, like you were saying, niggas on their phone, ain't no treadmills available, but you sitting here walking, texting.
Come on, man.
At 0.2 speed.
Get out of here. This is a gym. Come to work out. I don't mind if you're gonna record, but record yourself working out, then get out the way.
Or them niggas that sit on the machine and just be on their phone. And it's like, all right, when I first come in, I'm thinking maybe in between breaks, in between sets, you pick up your phone. 15 minutes later, and I walk behind you and you playing a game or you watching a video, it's like,
oh yeah. See,
if I say something to you, I'm the bad guy.
I ain't social enough to be able to handle them environments. I don't typically use the workout machines that everybody else use. I'm a boxing type dude, but nah, that's a part of the reason too. I don't got it. Yo, you done here? But like, I don't want to get in. Nah.
I was at the gym, and it was 3 girls. But I got to describe these girls to you. 2 of them I've seen come in. They're clearly a couple. One of them is about 5'5". It's a bigger girl, but she a stud. And she got like the Patrick Mahomes hair, but it's like dyed green. And she wears sports glasses.
What? During a workout?
The whole workout, never takes her glasses off. Like sport glasses, right? She wears long shirts and shorts and like tennis shoes, right?
Nasty morning lineup.
Bro. And then her girlfriend is a bigger white girl, right? Bigger white girl. So normally they just be in there just like you're saying, they'll get on the machine, touch it, move on. They talking the whole time. They brought a friend one time. Another big girl. So it's probably at least 500 plus pounds in this group. Bro, when I said they sat in one area and talked for an hour and a half, didn't move, they got up and walked around a little bit for an hour and a half, just sat there.
Didn't work out at all?
Didn't work out at all. They went to the machine, looked like they were gonna do something.
Just had a meeting at the gym.
Powwow, laughing, giggling, and it's just like, look, it's your life. Do what you want to do. It's your prerogative.
Bring back shame.
But you taking up space in these environments that are meant for purpose.
Shame. At least let us say that. We ain't got to say that, but just shame on you.
And I mentioned I had to mention.
I'm with telling niggas that, by the way.
I had to mention their build because there's a certain mindset that got you to this build. There's a certain lifestyle and way of living that got you here. And you haven't made the commitment to shed that mindset. And until you do, everything in your life is either going to be the same or it's going to get worse.
At least regarding that.
Especially regarding that.
Yeah.
Because your lifestyle, and it's hard to break lifestyles. It's hard to break a way of doing life that you've been conditioned to do for years, possibly decades, possibly your whole life. So I get that's hard, But I mean, when you come into these spaces, I think there needs to be a level of expectation. I get community gyms are one thing, but I think there should be like behavior should be gate kept. Like if you come in here, no, this is how we do shit.
Right.
You can't be in here if you don't do this. You should be uncomfortable being in this environment.
Right.
Because we're trying to accomplish some shit.
Bring back bullying. Find another gym if you don't want to be bullied into working hard. Then find another gym. Yeah. I think there should be a gym for the people who want to sit down for an hour and a half and just talk. But it shouldn't be a standard gym. That's not what a gym is for.
They should call it a gym. They should just
spell it JIM. Like basic.
So you can say you went to the gym.
Yeah. And they just do that there. But yeah, no matter what it is that you're doing, especially if it's betterment of yourself, that's what we supposed to be doing here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it messes up the culture of where I'm going. I've been to belonging to smaller gyms before. And it was a culture to the gym. I'm a fan of culture anyway. So you fucking the culture up if, this is the gym I go to, but I gotta wait on your fat ass to get off the bench, but you ain't really benching nothing.
One time.
You just sitting there. Now you messing up the culture of the workout. Like, no, we get it in here. No, a couple of us do. But on Tuesdays, and it's like, matter of fact, it's like all my hoopers out there. It's like going to get a run in, and then the runs start getting trashed. Like people just stop playing defense. Now you fucking my run up.
Yeah.
I came to get a good run in.
And I only got 45. I got to get up out of here after.
Yeah, I came to get a good run in. Or I could have just ran on the treadmill, but no, I'm not. All right, I'm excited to come hoop. We here to hoop, dog. Once one or two people stop getting back on defense or nigga just jacking up threes, now you messing my run up.
Yeah.
I might still be out there killing or whatever, but you messing the run up, dog. That's what I'm saying. Stop messing the run up. Or this ain't the place for you. Go to JIM.
And I get that they're community spaces, but it just shows you how selfish we are as a society, because you're not taking into account that some folks got to come in here and they literally have a time to be here. And I know it's not your responsibility to worry about somebody managing their time, but just as a human being and just having common courtzy.
I mean, if in a shared space, it is kind of your responsibility.
True. Yeah. Like if I got a text message, I got a call to make. If I really want to watch this game or play this game or watch this video, let me go sit in the grassy area, the stretching area.
Yeah.
And where I'm not nobody's way. Let me not take up the bench when it's only 2 benches in here and one of them probably broken.
Right.
So I'm gonna sit in the one that ain't broken. I'm gonna sit here for 30 minutes, not doing nothing.
Or let me not watch the video. Or let me watch the video next set.
Yeah. And the crazy part, you see people look at that. That's the cold part. Niggas, when they want that bench, they walk past. They might not say nothing to you. They gonna look at you, and you still just be like, man, fuck you. I'm not done.
See, I can't handle that level of disrespect. You triggering me, because I'm gonna have to say something.
It happens. No, it happens all the time. But that's just, it's America. Like I said, we are selfish and arrogant in every aspect of life. We think our way, and I'm not even saying we exempt from it, because we might do the shit sometimes, but our way of thinking, doing, living is the way. And if you ain't doing it this way, something wrong with you. That goes from your politics to your religion to your relationships to everything. We are a goofy ass country when it comes to stuff like that.
But masculine is freedom.
So I know we talked about it before, about like masculinity, and there's still a lot of talk about like what is masculinity. I've seen a lot of comments or a lot of posts about like how millennial fathers are doing things different than like previous generations of fathers. But I know especially when you're raising like boys, or if you've been raised by like your father, there's still certain narratives around how men should conduct themselves and how men should carry themselves and how men should react to things. When you were growing up, what was the narrative around like showing fear or being vulnerable? Like, was it okay for men to cry? Or like, what was those conversations around growing up?
Well, wasn't no conversations for one.
Mm-hmm.
It was just maybe directions. Mm-hmm. I don't think we had a lot of conversations in our community over, you didn't even hear the word masculinity, but be a man is a thing. Which, to be fair, I'll get into it later, but I do subscribe to it. But the way in which it was, I think, delivered in our community. So I think it's a way to be a man and also be a human. In the way when we were younger, I think they separated being human from being a man. So being a man is being in touch with your emotions and being able to cry and being able to care in that way, as well as being able to use your words to manifest stuff and your thoughts or your power in that way, instead of being something physical or ignoring pain. So I think that when we were growing up, being a man was exempt from being a human. And now, I ain't gonna say now, because I don't even know how people were. No, well, I think so, yeah. It's a little more acceptable to be a human as a part of being a man. Those two are synonymous.
But I think that question never been asked, like, what is a man? Right? I don't think no one's ever really identified or at least had open conversations.
Well, they asking it now, but in another way, for another
reason. Yeah. No, we're talking about how we grew up, how in the environment that we come from, and how a majority of men who don't live online have grown, especially majority black men. But I don't think we ever really had conversations about, like, what is a man, especially because I know for me, I grew up with a younger father, so a relatively younger father, so who was still trying to figure out what that was, and didn't have
I was just about to say,
showing him how to be a man.
You just said it. I think a lot of stuff can be shown within culture. It doesn't always have to be orally transmitted. But yeah, just showing you what a man is.
Yeah.
So especially for the people who was a 9-to-5 or getting up, going to work, protecting your family, having your wife's back, having your kids back, being somebody who you can run to when you are scared, being that protector and that provider. I think that's important, that you can show somebody without orally telling them as well.
Yeah. I grew up seeing masculinity, or what being a man is, as a multifaceted thing. Right? I had men in my life who, in their personal life, could have done some shit different. But when it came to how they poured into me, how they took care of me, how they took care of things when things need to get taken care of, I'm like, oh, this is what a man does. But in his personal life, don't be nothing like him. And they would tell me, and then there were some men who, in my life, were not there all the time physically, but when they came around, they demanded a certain respect. And they walked with it. They walked with their head up. And I had other cases where men in my life, when they stepped out into the world, it was important to them how they were perceived in the world, because they understood, hey, when a man gets judged off of so many different things, I need to make sure I'm checking off as many things as possible when I go out into the world. So when I shake a man's hand, is it firm? Am I looking at you in your eye? Do I smell a certain way? Are my clothes pressed a certain way? Are my shoes clean? Is my appearance this? Like, being a man is such a multifaceted, multi-layered thing. And so if you grow up in an environment where there isn't even a clear idea of that, I mean, that's how you gonna grow up, and that's how you gonna approach the world. Ain't nobody kind of giving you some sort of guidance on how to approach life.
My homegirl was telling me, she was talking to this dude and whatever she was telling me about them, and she was just telling me, I said this and then he said this or whatever, and he's nearing 50 years old. He starts speaking like a woman to me. He said, because he was saying, well, back in my day, he's telling her that, trying to say, well, back in my day, but then he said in the same sentence, it's giving. What? What? It's giving? What? I don't think that's something that you should be. But maybe I'm out of touch.
Well, no. See, I think that's the thing, though. I think everything has a proper place in the world. I think the system of the world was created with everything working in accordance for the greater good. So how men do things, so men can play their proper role in the world.
You're right.
So the world can function. How women do things, the same thing for women. How kids do things, how our elderly do things. We live in a world now where we don't mind cross-collaborating, cross-functioning everything. We want to put everything in one box, and we wonder why shit's so fucked up. Men should speak a certain way. Little boys should play with certain toys. Little girls should play with certain toys. And that's not not stopping them from having creative freedom. That's not exploring who they are. But in order for our world to function the way it's supposed to function, which when history has told us when shit works right, everybody plays their particular role. When shit is fucked up, it's because ain't nobody playing their role no more. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, that shit was given. It was given. No. That's what that's her language.
Yeah.
That's not my language.
And piggybacking off of what you're saying, something like it's giving, using that is the reason why women use it is because it's gonna sound bad. All it means is I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna perceive it. Oh, it's giving. I'm gonna perceive, and that's what women do.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm not dissing them, but that's why it's fine for a woman to say it. No, you don't perceive something as a man and say, oh no, this is what it is. You can ask. You can say, yo, is this what's going on? But it's giving. That's why it's appropriate for a woman.
And it's dialect, right? As black people, we have certain things that we say, certain mannerisms when we're trying to communicate to one another that only we know. Other cultures do the same things.
I seen one the other day.
Italians speak Italian when they want to communicate to their Italian friends and
it might be in the middle of an English speaking
conversation. Yeah, because I need to get this clear. So when a woman says it's giving, which is black colloquialism, they're trying to communicate to other women. I don't know what this is. I'm saying it to you because maybe you know. It's their internal thing that they have. So when the man says, you trying to hijack their thing, bro, let them have their shit.
Which is an issue I have with masculinity nowadays. Yeah. It used to be, well, I still think it's nothing more powerful than the black man, but as far as influence, black woman is the most influential being in the current culture right now.
In life history of culture.
And they're gonna fry me for this, but the reason why that's problematic is because when we have these roles, like you said, and it works this way, when the man is as influential as he should be, I ain't gonna say more, but as influential as he should be from being a man, women don't emulate that. They respect it. Yeah. They don't emulate it. But what's going on with the black woman being the most culture that everybody follows behind right now, black men are starting to emulate them.
Almost like men are jealous that they're not in the forefront anymore. So I'm gonna do what y'all do and kind of like step on y'all toes a little bit.
I mean, kind of, but at the same time, I think it's because there wasn't enough men around you to show you this not how men act. They might not even be doing it on the jealous front, but this is okay. Well, this is what's popular. And you said something, and you made me think about it.
Well, remember we talked about when I said there's an attack. I asked you, was there an attack on heterosexual men? And it's not like a in-your-face blatant attack. It's almost like a systemic attack.
It's definitely so. That's another reason why it's kind of problematic.
That's
because
what I was getting at.
we shouldn't. We should we can go hand in hand. I can carry you, whatever, but I shouldn't be following you.
Yeah, and I get how we got here, right? There's a lot of men who are fucked it up for all the other men, right? Especially around that Me Too time, right? That era really put the battery pack in every women's movement, really shining a light on all the discrimination and all the abuse that women have endured, which should always happen. We should always protect our women. No woman deserves to be abused, deserves to be taken advantage of. But what it did, it tilted the scale in so far.
It created a business, a market.
Yeah, it became
not a fair market, but a market for business off of the pain.
Yes.
Instead of going to the source of what caused the pain.
And it opened the door for anything a man does that's natural to what a man does.
Yeah.
It's toxic.
Yeah.
Or it could lead to this. Or we don't want to raise our boys to be like the previous generation. But the previous generation, besides the few that soured it, these are the same people that raised your father, raised your brothers, raised your husband.
A lot of people try, because
that made you fall in love with this man. There was something about his masculinity.
We talked about Big Mama before. They're not putting enough respect on Big Mama name.
Yeah.
Or Big Pop or Granddad. You know what I'm saying? The one who was handling everything when it wasn't as easy to get a job, when he couldn't go online and find a job, when he had to go out there and he had to use his hands and come home and his damn feet was stinking and his back was hurting. And the only thing that made him feel better
couldn't go to the doctor for that back pain
was some peace and quiet and a meal.
And yes, he got loud sometimes.
Yeah. And yeah, he wasn't in touch with his emotions as he should have been. Yeah. But like you said something about what boys should play with these toys but it's not to not be inclusive, but I think more so boys should be introduced to certain stuff and girls should be introduced to certain stuff. Now, if a girl want to play with action figures and WWE and do all that, then cool. But she should be introduced to high heels, bra, stuff that she was gonna need. A young man should be introduced to a bra.
And like, I'm never opposed to a boy, especially if you got sisters and girl cousins and all that. You're going to be introduced to the things that they're into. And
I wanted to double dutch, nigga.
And
what was you talking about?
You interact with the opposite sex in the real world, right? So you shouldn't.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying
I would turn sometimes.
Or
I ain't gonna lie.
In the same time, your girl cousin might jump on the basketball court with y'all every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew for the majority of her life, she's going to be introduced to the things that are going to help her grow into a functioning woman of society.
Mm-hmm.
And understands, hopefully the women in her life are teaching her about how to harness her femininity, how to step out into the world.
There you go. You are harnessing.
Knowing the world treats women a certain way, knowing how a woman can demand respect. Hopefully that's what the women in her life are teaching. And then hopefully on the man's side, the older men are telling the young men how to be a man, how a man should talk, how a man should treat a woman, all the things. So even when they do, when you are double dutching, I'm just doing this because I'm having fun with my cousins or the girls at school or whatever.
But I understand that this is the girl activity that they was. The reason why I can't turn or I can't jump as good as they doing because I was playing football.
Yeah, and the reason they can't play football because they was
doing this
or the things that women do well.
Because it's really mad athletic and footwork.
Bro,
They be turning, fam?
I saw a double dutch clip on Instagram, and I said, this shit needs to be in the Olympics, but they need to open up to black women. If they open up to black women, because I've seen double dutch competitions and stuff, and I've never seen a group of black women. I guess they don't come to the hood and like say, y'all can create a career.
And they don't have them phone, you gotta do it with the phone lines.
They would black women can do it with, yeah, right. They can do it with
the phone lines. You don't need no jump rope. The long phone line.
But black women would win the Olympics. They would win gold, silver, and bronze. But I was in one of my clients. It was a salon, beauty salon, like a chain of beauty salons. So I'm in there yesterday, and as we're getting content, videos, photos, all that, there would be moments where I would have to shoot, and then we got to stop because we got to wait till they move on to the next part.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm watching these women do hair, and I'm watching them take like a 4C hair. I know my shit, ladies. That's real thick, thin hair. I know what that is, right? So I'm watching them bring a woman come in with really thick, it looks like it's even unmanageable, and go through their process of like softening the hair, getting it to a point to where it can lay down, and then getting it to the point to where it has a shine. Now it has bounce. Sometimes they're curling it, and this is all within like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you guys are artists.
For sure.
And I do the same thing for men. Like when I watch men cut hair that are really good at it, to take a head that's just all over the place and then to fade it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you guys are amazing. I mean, I didn't think of like, oh, this is what a woman should do. This is a woman's place. I looked at her, all the women in there for their ability and their talents and just how like, they're like geniuses. You ain't looking at no picture. You ain't doing nothing. You having a consultation. She telling you what she want. It's in your head. You know step by step of what to do. I'm like, that is a masterful thing that women can do at a very, very, very high level that 99.999% of men cannot do.
The reason why I think that industry should be dominated by women and the opposite men, barbers.
Yeah.
I've never let a girl cut my hair. But no different than the men who can do it on the what's the name side.
And I think some women, I would be like, oh, she massaging when she wash it. She do it. But go ahead.
That's a whole nother. I've seen in some other countries. But you feel like a new person from when you walk in to when you leave. Mm-hmm. So you don't feel like a new person just because of how you look. Yeah. It's how you were made and how you felt while you were in that chair.
Right.
So I assume if it's a woman doing it, especially a woman from your culture, a black woman doing a black woman's hair, she understands even through your hair maybe what you're going through. Just like a barber, dang, you got some grays, or dang, when the last time you been here? So what you been up to? So now I'm talking to a man about what I've been up to, and if I'm a little older, growing shit, I might be up to something where, damn, well, I had to get 3 new tires. I had to do this. Something that they might have to relate to, or I got into it with my lady, or my damn son getting on my nerves, something that he might not, that he related to, or if he didn't, the barber next to him, or his client might relate to. Now we can speak in there based on our shared experiences. So I don't only come out feeling like a new person because I have a new look, but I was replenished with the energy that I needed, and I'm coming out feeling like a better person.
And these are like sacred social spaces for us, right?
Yeah.
Like I was telling the owner, part of the reason I wanted to work with them is because beauty salons used to be sanctuaries for our women. I used to be 7 years old, having to go to the beauty shop with my mama.
Sit and wait.
Get my little bag of chips and soda, watching cartoons or whatever they had on TV, but I can hear conversations. Girl, let me tell you what I did. Girl, this nigga did.
Some of them smells,
I still smell it today.
get me aroused, yo.
No, because I know why. Because you talking about from when you used to have to go.
Yeah.
Because you remember seeing the older women coming there.
They fine. To me, I associate the chemicals, the smells that come with doing hair in the salon with beauty.
Beauty. I can smell, like it smells like black women.
And a comfortable beauty, because they don't come in there in their business suits. They come in they jogging pants, but the way they wear their jogging pants is like, that's the first time I seen ass.
Bro, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
First
Before
time,
that, I was
no,
just in daycare.
No, first time you saw a grown woman ass.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Exactly.
It's a difference how that thing, boom, compared to a younger girl.
They might just wear the sports bra, no bra. It's Saturday morning.
But that's the thing, though. It's a safe space
It's
where
Saturday
she
morning.
can wear her sports bra.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else in there. They not thinking twice about it, because this is the 5th sports bra they done seen today.
Shirlene don't even know at 9. I'm bricked. You got me bricked, Shirlene, coming out. Shirlene, 48 years old. You got me on brick. my apologies.
No. Cause that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember having those experiences, but like even going to the beauty salon with my mom, I'm hearing conversations that I didn't hear her have any other time. She's only comfortable with having
or a laugh that you don't hear.
You don't hear.
Yeah.
And the same when I went to the barbershop as a kid with my dad, I'm hearing men have certain conversations. Now, if there's a woman barber in there, we gotta limit some of these conversations we gonna have, because you just not gonna understand.
Yeah. Or we
can try.
We gotta tailor fit them to make them inclusive.
And at this point, I don't want a woman's opinion. And same when you go to the beauty salon, I don't want a man's opinion. I need a woman who understands what my body is. It's that time. So I got certain feelings and emotions.
Yeah, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged for how I'm feeling. She can understand how I'm feeling. Like when I want to be a hoe, if it's a woman, or if it's a man and you want to say,
if a man want to be a hoe, if he got
or maybe so mad I punched the window out. So not saying that you're right, you wrong for that.
But a barber can tell you that too, though.
But something like I got so emotional and I did something like, damn, so they understand it.
Perfect example. Our barber Sleepy growing up. Sleepy had been cutting my hair at least since I was about 7 or 8.
See, they ain't gonna, in a co-ed place, they ain't gonna call him Sleepy, they gonna call him by his name. They call the nigga Michael.
They call him Dwayne.
Yeah, I don't want Dwayne coming here.
So Sleepy, coach coming out here for years. So he saw the evolution of my dad from being in the streets, all this stuff. He saw my dad when he had this lowest. Sleepy poured and ministered into my dad because he was comfortable with my dad for all the years, and he knew everything that who he was, helped my dad find Jesus. My barber Sleepy invited my dad to church, which allowed my dad to get saved and change his whole life and whole trajectory. You know, kind of intimate relationship you gotta have with someone for them to know you that well, to say, this is what you need this, bro. Because if you don't get this,
it ain't just about the cut coming out feeling like a new person. It's not just about the service. It's more about the craft.
Yeah.
That nigga be slugging with some.
But that's for those reasons is why there are places, there are systems, there are certain orders that things need to be in. There's a certain way men need to be allowed to talk, to walk, to interact. There's a certain way
to
that
dominate
women to dominate. Yeah,
or to regress. Go ahead. I always take it to the animal kingdom. We all animals.
Yeah.
So no matter which way you think about masculinity, femininity, when it's right, it's right. So what we say, a man do what? A man's job is to, in the simplest form, go out and hunt.
Right.
But you look at the king of the jungle, he don't do the hunting.
The woman.
But that's just happened to be how it's supposed to be. Now he do the protecting and he doing all that, but in this, that's how it works. But that don't make him less of a man. That's how it works. For us,
with ants and bees are the same thing. The queen ant and the queen bee. But the men go do the gathering, go do the protecting, go do the building.
Whatever it is in your species, that's how it's supposed
to
be.
We fuck it up as humans.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, we fuck it up by marketing. We fuck it up by tapping too much into feelings, not want to hurt feelings, want to make everybody feel good.
But not really tapping into real feelings.
Not all.
Because I don't even care how that sounds. And I don't even mind cooking. Like when I'm around my lady, the couple dishes that I can cook, all right, I got you, like whatever. Ain't nothing like eating a meal a woman has prepared for you.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like, it ain't even necessarily about the food per se. It's about you not having to do it match with also her effort that she put into it. Like, it's gonna sound corny, but you can really show your love through food.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure most women would say there's nothing like coming outside and my man done had the car washed, it's clean, the gas tank is full. I don't gotta do nothing.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is get in my car and go to work.
Yeah.
Because he understood that, for one, it's a safety thing. Go get gas. So if I gotta stop and get gas, I gotta be to work at 6, so I'm driving to work at 5.
I gotta stop early or stop late.
2, he want his woman to be perceived a certain way, so the car gonna be clean.
Yeah, he don't want me to have to stop doing that. Yeah.
Yvette ain't looking out the window like, damn, Jody, why you ain't washed my car? You know what I'm saying? You had it all day. You know what I'm saying?
And she wouldn't, I don't think she would trade one for the other.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'd rather my man cook for me than take care of me this way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade one for the other. So I wouldn't want my girl cleaning my car, putting gas in my car instead of cooking.
Yeah. But as a man, and if you not in your proper role, you wouldn't notice. You know, sometimes too, hey, she been working hard all day. She probably been taking care of the kids. I can sense she tired. I'm gonna go ahead and cook these tacos tonight.
Yeah.
This is one of the 3 dishes I can make, and I know she like them. She
no problem.
Asks me every once in a while for
just like
tacos.
She can stop by the gas station sometime. It was like, damn, well, it's late, or it's gonna be late by the time I get off. So let me just go on lunch and get the gas. He don't have to get it late.
Yeah, she going to brunch. I can stop and put 20 in the tank real quick.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, but you only know that when you have roles and when you're working within the system that it ensures that your ecosystem is functioning properly at its maximum capacity. And we've gotten so far away from that, especially in America.
It's a good word, ecosystem.
Yeah, everything is a system. I think people don't realize that. Everything is a system. Ants are the one bug I don't fuck with, but it's the one bug I admire. The thing about ants and bees, everything they do is for the greater society. There's no individualization of anything that they do. It's all about making sure the greater good is working. Because if everything works for the greater good, it's gonna trickle down to me. I'm gonna always eat. I'm gonna have a place to stay. I'm gonna have a community to be involved with. I'm gonna be good, as long as I do my part. And that's what men are supposed to do. If men do their job, women do their job, everything will function the way it's supposed to function. But we got men out here acting like bitches and women out here acting like niggas. Have you been called out, or have you ever called out another black man for being too soft or too sensitive? And is it wrong to call another man soft for nigga you being too sensitive?
Nah, I never called somebody out. I've been called out plenty of times. That's my role, to be called out.
Well, you're an athlete. You call a nigga soft, sensitive once or twice, or you might have to tell get that weak shit up out of here. Like, nigga, you being weak right now. Nigga, you being
maybe when I was
nigga. Like, come on, bro.
when I was, you talking about something physically?
Just in general, like saying, bro, you soft, bro. You being soft, you being weak.
Oh well, yeah. I've said that before. Yeah.
I use it with my son sometimes.
Yeah,
depending on context. And I let my son. We are our son. You got something going on. You need to cry. Let's cry.
Right.
If dad need to cry with you, let's. So I'm all for men.
Yeah. So, but physically, yeah, I use physically or physically and mentality wise.
It's the mentality part.
Because I'll use that as a mentality too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being weak, and I mean that not just you can't finish them push-ups because your muscles aren't strong enough. You can't finish them push-ups because you're not being mentally strong enough. You're choosing to be mentally weak.
And I don't ever use it in a context to boost my ego. I'm not doing it to show you I'm more masculine than you. I'm tougher than you.
Oh, no.
I'm showing you how great you could be. But you're making a conscious choice to not be everything that you could be. And I'm doing it because I've seen you be better.
Or I could see you be better. I could see, and that's why I don't want to get too much to it, but that's when I'm refereeing, watching parents cheer on their kids versus watching parents drive their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a difference between being able to see a potential in somebody and being able to, and then wanting to see potential in somebody. Because I'm only going to push you as hard as I know you can go. Anything else is based on my selfish desires.
Yeah.
So me saying that you're weak is not because I think that you can't do it. I think that you're choosing not to do it.
And even if I'm having conversations with like my friends, if you my guy, you my nigga, and I see you doing something that's unbeknownst to you, that's below your character.
Oh yeah.
Weak, bro. That's some weak shit you doing right there, bro. Why you acting like that?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
do better, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even if I wouldn't say those terms, but just being able to challenge somebody on a mental or emotional strength at the time.
If I know you got a lady, and you done told me everything you love about this woman, and I've seen her reciprocate that to you, and I know she down with you, but then you go out and we out, and you hanging, you in some other girl face, you doing the most. My nigga, that's some weak shit you doing, my nigga. You know at home, she rocking with you, she down with you, she ain't doing no shit. You say you love this woman, but then you out here doing X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna call you out on that, and I might have to use, bro, you on some weak shit right now.
But what if I was just having a conversation?
I said doing the most.
All right,
if I know you doing the most, like, no, it's different. You know, we talk like mingling, having fun. We in the environment, we laughing, giggling. Don't be like the nigga at the bar.
I do feel like
getting drinks when your wife searching for you. Don't be that nigga.
I feel like that when it's serial behavior, right? Because I don't want to take away, I'm not making excuses, but I don't want to take away the instances where something was a poor decision. But when it becomes a trait, then I agree. That's a weak trait that you're doing that. Because you may not parent the right way sometimes based on your emotion, on how you handle your kid. But once it becomes a trait, then that's weak. I'm with you. I'm rolling with you on that.
I get your angle on that. I'm a big proponent of championing the healthy things in your friends' lives. If you got a healthy relationship going on, especially if I know you, we've had conversations. If you champion your shit, and then I see you doing some other shit, it's like, no, my job, I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't even at least bring it up and show you my level of concern.
Yeah, I would do that.
I gotta show you I'm concerned. If you,
I would say, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? That would be my. You need help me understand why you doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and then if you don't show no concern after that, they're like, okay, I don't care no more. They think I don't care. I care. I get out of grown folk business at that point. I mean, your wife is your wife. Your woman is your woman. She ain't mine.
I understand what you're saying though. It's a character
flaw. I'm cool with you by association.
It's a character flaw to haphazardly disregard any relationship. If you introduce me to somebody, to a homeboy, and then me and him get cool, and he start talking shit about you, it's a character flaw. Well, dang, you act like you cool with this person, and why you treat this person like that? Me seeing you treat this person like that, it's a character flaw. No different than that if that person is your girlfriend. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, but I think once again, a lot of black men, depending on where they come from, that language has been in our lives and in our communities from like the day you're born.
The
idea of being soft, the idea of being called weak, a man crying. And like you don't even want to cry when your parent died. You don't want people to see you cry sometimes.
It's a thin line though, because I do believe in stop crying. Like I am with that, because sometimes crying is a scapegoat. But I'm cool with. I'm also the person who is let it out to cry. But
it can be a scapegoat if you're using it. If you're using it as a crutch.
Yeah, if you're using it instead of facing consequences.
Not wanting to face the consequences. Not from a standpoint of like, I'm really hurt by this. Somebody in your family dies.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Cry as long as you need
to.
No. But you getting upset because life ain't going your way, even though you probably the fuck up. Or just the fact that, man, shit happens sometimes, my nigga. Stop crying. Crying not a solution.
Yeah.
You soak in it in the moment it happens. When the moment passes, you got to keep going, my nigga. Especially as a man, you got to keep going.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it's a thin line, because I do believe in stop crying, or no, this is how you handle stuff. And I told my son that I equate the same thing with lying. This is not what a man do. Yeah. This is, and I exactly told him. Even if it hurts them. I said, that's what an ain't shit person do. You want to be a person who somebody look at that person ain't shit? They can't depend on them? Like, that's why you don't lie. I don't care what you do. We're always going to make mistakes. Yeah. But that's why you don't lie, because of how you going to be perceived.
Side note, I think it's important to talk to young men. When you kind of understand their maturity level, start talking to them like an older person. In your language, so they can understand this is how men communicate.
Yeah, I've always had that relationship with my son.
They talk to their friends a certain way all day long. Mm-hmm. Like, no, this is how men talk, like this, with a certain level of reverence, with a certain tone.
You're right, and I think they hear it different. Anytime I was refereeing and when I was working with you with the young men, I was actually telling a story about that. Yeah, when I was working with them. Sometimes I had to speak to them in a way how especially if you think that you're that. Once you start to get to that age, I'm going to speak to you in every level and let you know this is the way that you speak to a man. Or if you don't, this is the way where a man can treat you.
Well, and it's like if you play sport, you're a coach, and I got a kid, a freshman, that wants to play varsity or wants to go to college. Hey, you want to make it to this level? There's a certain way you got to work. Mm-hmm. The way you working is a freshman level, but you want to be on varsity. To be on varsity, they work like this. Mm-hmm. So when you come into this gym, I'm going to train you like where you want to be. If this way you want to be. As a man, I'm raising my son to where he is going. Like, at least in sports, you can say you want to go somewhere, but you don't have to go there. Mm-hmm. Little boys can't help.
You have to grow up to be a man. Yeah.
So I have to train. I'm training you as such. So when you get there, you're already prepared. I'm not gonna wait till you become 21 to talk to you like you're 21. I'm gonna talk to you like you're 21 at 10. Yeah. And you're not gonna understand it at first, but by the time you get 15, shit gonna start making sense.
But you'll understand my tone before you understand my words.
Like, yeah. I'm getting you to,
and that's
context
important.
Clues start kicking in. Okay, Dad, so, but he on something right now.
Even if I'm not understanding the lesson, I always understood my dad tone.
Yeah, and you start thinking like, I don't know he said I did something wrong. I don't think I did nothing wrong, but he said it in a way. What did I do?
Where he was disappointed. And the example of just raising the way a man does and everything. I was with my son. He was in the front seat. And I was picking my lady up, and she he was in the front seat. And then she was like, "Oh no, you can stay in the front seat." And then he looked at me, and I didn't even say nothing. He just took his seatbelt off, hopped in the back.
That lets you know the training is effective.
Yeah,
it has to get to a point to where I don't have to say nothing to you. You know, hey, this is what a man with integrity, a man with respect does.
I know you a kid, but you also gonna be a man. You ain't always gonna be a kid, but you're gonna grow to be a man. So this is what a man does. I don't want you getting, because I do want you to be a kid when it's time to be a kid, but I don't want you to confuse your privileges.
And life doesn't present itself for you to be a kid 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There are moments like,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Or don't say what.
Why your mama touching that door? Why the fuck your mama never have to touch any door?
Exactly. Something like that. Same thing.
Right? There's certain moments. And I also know your maturity level. So I know you well enough to know what you can take. I've seen you in an environment exemplify certain levels of maturity that maybe some of your peers haven't. So I also have to meet you where you're at.
I know your comprehension. If you was 4 years old, well, you shouldn't have been in the front seat. But if you was 4 years old, and I'm going to tell you, hey, get in the back. Let her, let her sit in the front. But we've already been through hold these doors open. You let a woman sit in the front. You let an adult sit in the front. You shut the fuck up when somebody grown is speaking. You know what I'm saying? But I already know, like you said, I already know what you can comprehend. And to me, that was like, when I look back on it, that was a proud moment for me. Because honestly, she said it, and then start to move toward the back. And we was right around the corner from the crib. So I would have been okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He already up there, like she just gonna share some stuff in there and just gonna sit in the back or whatever. I would have been okay with it. But when he turned and looked at me, I didn't even say nothing. I was gonna let him make that decision. I would have been okay with the decision if he was like, okay. Like, I wouldn't have been mad. She's told him he can sit up there. Yeah. But the fact that he like, nah, this ain't my role. My role ain't to be up here and making her get in the back. My role is to hop my young ass up and let her sit in the front.
When training is done right, you're able, it creates a rippling effect. So then it gets passed down to generations, to generations, to generations. And that's how the system works. Just going back to the ant. Ants don't have to constantly go through training. Whenever an ant is born, they're just funneled right into the system because the system doesn't change.
And the system also will correlate closely and be parallel to your innate abilities.
Yeah.
So a woman's innate abilities isn't to protect physically as much as with a man. The system that you born into and how it's supposed to be will correlate closely with your innate ability. It's a reason why men have more muscle mass. It's a reason why women have breasts and have the hips that they have and all that. It's a reason why from conception all the way to having the baby 8 weeks outside the baby, that woman is vulnerable. So that woman does need extra protection. She's serving two people after she had the baby. She's in a vulnerable place. So that's where your partner is supposed to be. And then no different. It's always been this way. A man gonna die before a woman. So when he's on his way out, he's at a vulnerable place. And that's where the partner is supposed to.
If the system is working the right way, she's been in training all these years. And they say it with daughters too, right? Like when you're on your deathbed, your daughters will be there to take care of you because they've been trained for this moment. Not even knowing that they've been trained for this moment.
Exactly.
It's like there's moments, right? And I see it happen all the time. I'm pretty sure you've seen. There's certain things that my wife does, or I've seen other women do for their partners that their partners wouldn't even think to do. But a woman's instinct say, no, you need to do this. There's a rapper named Mona Leo. I think I'm saying it the right way. But her husband is Stunner for Vegas. He's a rapper. He came up under the baby. Stunner for Vegas is a street dude, like for a street dude. So right before they were getting married, she knew like all her family was gonna be there. He didn't know his dad. He never met his dad. The woman instinct in her said, you know what? I'm gonna do all the genealogy tests. I'm gonna call these people, to the point she tracked his father down. The father was at the wedding. He would have had no concept or idea how to do that mentally.
Or would have been thinking.
He wasn't even in a place to do that because he had some mental thing. That was.
And that's something he needed though.
He needed a woman to do that for him. But that's the system working. That's the system working the way it's supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? She's the balancing act in his life. When every place in his life that's tilted in the negative, she came right along and balanced that shit out. And the same with her.
Man, I done seen some wives just touch the back of their husband's head while they just chilling. I'm like, yo, you don't even know how much I need that. I need that.
Just to do shit that we don't think of. And it's the same with them. Like, we do shit that they don't think of. But that's the system out of order. That we don't think that that's a thing that should happen. Or we don't, we don't champion those things anymore because the system is so out of order. It's tilted in one particular way. And then we once again wonder why shit is fucked up. What do you think would change in our community if just men were just allowed to feel everything? Every emotion, just be able to feel it without judgment, without ridicule. Like, I know for one, there'd be a lot more men alive.
I hate to do this. No, I don't hate to do it, but this is the world. It's different for black men and everybody else.
And I'm speaking specifically for black men in this case.
If black men were, what's the question?
What would change in our community if men just had the liberty and the freedom to just feel every emotion?
There would be more community, because instead of spiting somebody, you would have a better understanding of where this jealousy comes from. So you don't have to take him down based on your jealousy. But jealous is a natural emotion, one that you need to learn to overcome, but you need to learn that through teachings or by watching somebody.
And you gotta learn why do I feel jealous?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, understand what's
instead of, all right, well, I'm gonna act on this jealousy. All right, why do I feel jealous? Oh, damn, that's why I shouldn't feel jealous. We would have more community with each other.
Yeah.
We'd be able to, go back to not worrying about why the next man got more than me or why, because everybody trying to do the same thing. But when you all had roles, when it was a milkman, when it was the guy who made steel, the locksmith, all these different people had played a different part in their different roles. If we were open to being more emotional, supportive to each other, I can tell you, damn, I'm kind of jealous of everybody, or this happened, or that happened. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, there's a lot of men in prison, a lot of men in the grave, because someone didn't know how to properly process a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Someone got upset and didn't know how to either have proper conflict resolution or didn't know how to deal with that thing internally. So the only thing they knew how to do was lash, destroy, kill.
Was to improperly prove their masculinity.
Yeah, right. And that's not even that's something that was a seed, either planted or unplanted, depending on how you want to look at it, before they were even born. This is the generations before them of men not knowing how to properly process emotion, not being able to be emotional, not being able to cry, not being able to get shit off their chest and have somebody just listen to them and not look at them no other way.
Right.
Have a nigga get mad. Hey, he's just going to the back. He got to punch the wall real quick.
Right.
He'll be all right. He'll be back in here. Get your ass in here. Acting crazy, acting stupid. So now he just knows how to keep that bottled up. This is his great granddaddy that's doing that, and then he give it to his granddad, to his father, then to him. But I don't even know. It's part of his DNA at this point. He don't even know why he's acting this way, And I just imagine if a lot of these men, because a lot of these men ain't bad men. A lot of these gangsters and killers, they wasn't bad people. They were transformed into bad people based on their environment and based on their lack of understanding how to process emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
The 99% of people don't come out just bad, evil people. These are learned behaviors.
Yeah, a lot of the shooters, the ones who would shoot first, just don't know how to process their feelings.
No.
So when you don't know how to, you don't know how to process it internally, then it comes out externally.
And a lot of these kids are good kids before they get wrapped up in the whole lifestyle, because they're just kids. They just want to have fun. They just want to whatever. But environments and emotions and peer pressures transform them into what the world would call a menace. I could just imagine how many more doctors, how many more lawyers, how many more fathers, how many more stable homes, how many more community leaders, how many more teachers, how many more financial institutes, how many more creators and creatives and, innovators we would have had in our communities if men were just able to just feel. Just let that young boy feel.
Yeah.
Go put your arm around him. Go give him a hug. Tell him how valuable he is. Go let him, hey, that kid want to go search for frogs and collect bugs. Let that kid do that.
Or say something that's going to make them cry. Not in a mean way, but say something that makes them understand their worth and that you're disappointed that they're not, or that they did something outside of their worth, outside of their integrity of who they are.
But we talk about systems. It's like a system of destruction. Because if the dad is there, he's mentally unstable without knowing he's mentally unstable. He's emotionally unstable.
Yeah, if he hadn't had the right.
So I'm teaching you this. If he's there.
Yeah.
And if he ain't there, somebody else in the environment.
Yeah, I don't have to orally teach you, like I said earlier. You just watching me. You watching me not respect your mother. You watching me not respect other men. You watching me not get respect when I go in public.
And you watching the same thing happen to your friend's mama. Your friend's daddy, if the daddy there. And if it ain't him, you talking to the nigga at the corner store who been at that same corner for 30 years. You hearing them talk shit. Or you walking past a group of guys, in front of the house.
It's never good if
the basketball
staples
court
in your community aren't full-time fathers.
Yeah. And then when you go into like the churches, either you don't respect them or you don't want to hear what they got to say, or they beating your head down with the Bible. So you like, only thing I'm gonna go around these other kids that look like me and talk like me. Cause we understand each other, even though we don't have the proper tools to like really help each other. But at least we a community.
Or to grow to be what we supposed to be.
Yeah. So my nigga shooters, I'm gonna be a shooter. My niggas is hustlers, I'm gonna be a hustler. And then that's the system, and the cycle continues. And even though part of it is systemic, part of it has been carried down and passed down since we got off the boat, even before we got on the boat. But I just imagine our communities would be so strong if men had spaces, and we put so much emphasis on women being able to do that. You let your daughters cry, you let them vent, let them get emotional, you let all this, but we don't ever do that with our young men, and I think it's been super detrimental to our communities. All right, before we get out of here, you already know Sonny got some shit to get off his chest.
Kids, it's really for the parents, because I'm end up slapping your kid. Adult address you, and you may not hear them, don't say what. When a kid do me like that, it's like he buck 50 me. Like, that's the disrespect I take. Hey, no, you got to put over there. What? What? Who you talking to? Nigga, who you talking to? So parents, please tell your kids not to say what. And while we at it, parents, you don't say what to me either. Say, excuse me, I didn't hear you. Pardon me, come again. Or what'd you say? But not what? Because maybe this ain't your fault, it's my fault. But what to me, that one word can be interpreted like 90 different ways, and 87 of them is, I don't like what you said to me. Because it can't be, you not hearing me can't be the response to if you heard me loud and clear. Because if I heard you loud and clear, I don't like what you said, the first thing I'm gonna say is, what? So parents, just teach your kids while I had to slap a kid. And kids are our future. Mike Jack was right. Or was he? Because then they turned around and tried to sue him when he was dead. Kids might be your demise. You know what? I'll come back with that one. Yeah, are they our future? They cannot be. But I fuck with the YNs. You're